Notebook is still on his
Under a
lap.
minute now, the FTS, the flight termination.
Close it, close it. Shit, it's hot.
Go for launch.
Spacex Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's like this candle.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Guys, it'll come out from right there.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon and
Holy cow.
Will we see it from there, guys?
So rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 26
Did you see it?
No, bro. It's not in there. They launched already?
They launched. God.
Water.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Did you see it outside, boy?
Look at Trump.
Did you see it outside, boy?
No.
Close the window.
Copy 1 Bravo.
And we heard that 1 Bravo call out. That's just the second abort zone that they're in. They'll continue to be on this until the first stage has done its job. They switch over to the second. At this point, Bob and Doug pulling about 2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity, already moving at over 1,500 miles per hour.
So failure within sea launch.
Close it.
Chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about 2:44 into flight. Right now, everything continuing to look good. Next major event coming up is going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cutoff of the 9 first stage engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into orbit.
Oh, they're in the atmosphere.
Coming up in about 20 seconds.
And 1D Bravo.
We're throttling down the Merlin engines.
Is
on
it
the
gonna
first
come
stage.
back?
Of course it is.
It's gonna.
Because before the rockets came back, is this the same one rocket?
And Miko.
Yeah, except there's people in it.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
So the small one is where the people are. The per two. The astronauts are. Saan sinunod na natin?
Right, we
Nakakabalan
have stage
tayo.
separation confirmed. The
Oh my
first
gosh,
stage
it's
beginning
raining.
its flight back.
I'm
The second
recording
stage being
this, you
powered
know.
by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine has
You
it
guys are
right.
just
God,
ruining
they
it.
fell asleep.
Carrying Bob and Doug into orbit. So they're going to continue under the power of this second stage,
Propulsion is nominal.
which will cut off at SECO, or second engine cut off, at about 8 minutes and 44 seconds into today's flight. So a little over 5 minutes to go still on this second stage. You heard the call out to Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them all the way from about North Carolina up the eastern seaboard, almost to Canada. Things looking good though, getting good call outs, nominal propulsion on that second stage. Bob and Doug continuing to make their way into orbit.
Dragon SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Acquisition of it's hard
See?
to put into words.
Now those people can see what we're seeing. So much better
See
here.
what we just saw.
Christian, look at the
It's
speed.
difficult to not be emotional when you see something like this. It's really the American spirit through and through. 2 NASA astronauts now heading up to space again for the first time in a long time. So, just an incredible sight. We were concerned about the weather. We were worried about the weather. You have to be concerned, especially with an instantaneous launch window. But what do we have out here right now with blue skies? An absolutely beautiful day here on the Space Coast to witness history, to witness this monumental launch that will go down in the history books as 2 NASA astronauts are headed to orbit for the first time in 9 years. If this does not get you on the emotional side, I don't know what might. Because just to see the limited crowds that are out here at the Space Center because of what's going on in the world right now, cheering as loud as they could, being heard, and us to witness something that was absolutely remarkable and worth the wait. We waited a couple of extra days to do so, and now those 2 men with the American flags on their uniforms are headed to the International Space Station. So just an absolutely amazing thing to witness and to see that. I'd be very interested in getting Beth and Jerry's reaction from Titusville, because Titusville has seen some rough years. I would have.
He's talking too much. That's why they cut him off.
Our apologies. In the moment we can just kind of overlook some technical problems, and we can just enjoy the moment. We can enjoy this.
Yeah,
it has been 9 long years since July 2011 when Shuttle Atlantis landed here at the Kennedy Space Center at the Shuttle Landing Facility, ending that 30-year program, which was so instrumental in building the space station and getting our astronauts up to orbit to do important work with satellites, and just the fact that it was able to fly astronauts to space, our own astronauts. And now we have a spacecraft that is built by a private company that is able to do that now and is doing so now. Just an incredible sight, and we are marking the milestones here on this flight. We're waiting for the first stage booster landing, which is expected around 3:32. That'll be the Falcon 9 first stage booster landing on the drone ship out at sea. And then, of course, the big milestone, the Crew Dragon separating, that's going to be set for 3:34. But for now, we're going to go ahead and our coverage here, Destination Space Crew Ready, continues for our Florida viewers. But for our Spectrum networks across the country, we are glad that you are here with us to share this incredible day. Just a wonderful day for the Space Coast, a wonderful day for Florida, a wonderful day for the United States.
The boosters are going to come back,
again,
boy.
We're going to go ahead and leave you
They've been
with
testing
our
that
national
for years.
partners out on the Spectrum network.
So when are they coming back?
For now, we're going to leave you with
How long
a
are they gonna stay in
replay of
space?
this historic launch from Pad
It's like
39A
3:32.
here at the Kennedy Space
So they're
Center.
coming back.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, spot and tag.
America has launched. So rises the new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight, stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Plus 30 seconds into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9, and look at them go.
Falcon power telemetry nominal.
M1D throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We're in the throttle bucket. Reports say all systems are go.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Before there used to be a lot more
Folks,
smoke.
we're glad that actually some of the
There was a lot more smoke first
This
before
was
it
a
was
historic day
before it
from
will launch.
Florida Space
Now it
Coast.
just
We're
took
happy
off
to
right
bring this
away.
live coverage and partner with NASA and SpaceX and
Dad,
just seeing this
ang bilis
moment,
na ano yung
very
ano ko.
patriotic, proud moment for this country.
Yung nabasa na ano,
As
ang bilis
we
na
are
to.
witnessing NASA astronauts head back to space from American soil. Just an incredible spot. And what we're looking at.
Oh, look at the
we,
crew.
folks, I believe we just had a successful.
When are they coming back though?
I believe if if we have a little bit of a delay,
They're coming
if I
back
get
in
some
like
messages from the booth
some
just a little
hours.
bit. Do we have a successful landing of the first stage booster? I believe we do. I believe we do. The first stage booster of the Falcon 9 has landed on the drone ship.
Oh, they didn't
Another
even show
successful
it.
landing for SpaceX. They've done this dozens of times, reusing these rockets so they can be used again on future missions. And
Oh,
yes, we
shoot,
do
they
have
didn't even
confirmation
show
that
it.
that happened. The secondary mission is success.
Which one? Which one? Which
Now
one?
here in a matter of just a couple
Right
of
there.
minutes, the
It
separation
went
of the
back
Crew
already.
Dragon spacecraft, which is
Ah.
ferrying the two astronauts to orbit.
Stupid.
You can see if you're
Why
looking
did I have to
at,
show the replay, stupid
at
idiots?
NASA television now, you see Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley. They are floating. They are in a
So when are they coming back?
low gravity environment right now. That is orbit, and they are waiting on their spaceship to separate from the rocket so they can continue their journey to the International Space Station. An International Space Station, by the way, which has been around now for nearly 20 years. We have had a constant human presence in orbit, in space, for nearly 2 decades. And
Oh,
they
there's
are
that
headed to the orbiting outpost.
unicorn,
It is an
dinosaur.
amazing place for science and research, and they will be there for an indefinite amount of time, but they will be arriving in roughly 19 hours. That will take them in their Dragon spacecraft as soon as they are released from the Falcon 9 second stage. Just a remarkable launch. Everything was go on the technical front. We heard of 0 issues on that. The main concern was the weather for this instantaneous launch, which took place at 3:22. We had to have perfect weather for it, and once they gave that go for weather, all systems were go and all things were in the pipe to work out. And so again, waiting on this spacecraft separation to get that confirmation from SpaceX as that will be sending the spacecraft on its journey to the ISS. But it's just incredible to see people on board a spacecraft that just launched here in just really the last a little more than 10 minutes or so. Going on 12 minutes from now, these astronauts were 3 miles behind us in a spacecraft on top of a rocket, and now they are in Earth orbit bound for the ISS. An incredible, incredible day for this country, for Florida, and for the Space Coast, and for the space program. And we have a confirmation of the Dragon capsule separation. Elation from the SpaceX team in Hawthorne, California. And those 2 men are now astronauts again. They are astronauts. They are in space. They are in orbit. They are heading to essentially a spaceship in space. This is the stuff of the future. This is the future of human space flight we're witnessing here, and this moment will be remembered for millennia. But Bob and Doug, now safely in their spacecraft, in their modern 21st century spacecraft, the Crew Dragon, which will get them to the International Space Station.
Dragon SpaceX, words for you from our Falcon 19.
So where they're gonna land?
Folks, in case
Where
you
are they
missed it,
gonna land?
and if you did, you
Back to
missed
Florida?
History Live, but
Or
it's worth seeing again and
confused.
again. We're going to show you, as is
They're gonna
tradition
go
on
to the
Spectrum News,
space
we're going to show you a
station,
replay
ISS.
of an incredible rocket launch, a Falcon 9 rocket blasting off with crew for the first time in 9 years from Pad 39A here at the Kennedy Space Center.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
it looks like they're just gonna orbit around Earth.